Hey guys, as we have promised you a couple of days ago on, I think it was Instagram, here's the recipe. I'm still experimenting. I know there are a couple on YouTube, but I'm experimenting on my way. So this is wraps, so it means gluten-free and all that. If you're not allowed medical, because of your diet or for whatever reason you can't have bread, like the traditional bread, there are so many ways that you can come up with to substitute to substitute bread. One of the things is just puree lentils, straight up, just lentils. Nothing too complicated about that. Soak them for a couple of hours, preferably a day or two even. That gets rid of a lot of things about lentils, dry beans that can give you gas and all that. So preferably a day or two. Let them soak and refresh the water every now and then. After that, you can just puree them. Really, that's all. That's to it. But because, as you know, when you're working with your blender, the blades do need something to hold on to help them move, to grease them. You need to grease the machine. So what you can use for that to keep the calories low is coconut milk. So I'm still experimenting, and that's the experimenting part about this, because I haven't seen this combo anywhere on YouTube. Nowhere on YouTube. So this is, I can honestly say, as far as I know, that this is my own creation. And we just had the first one, as you can see. Now I know that we shared with you a variation of something like this with only egg and cheese. That one, to me, was more like an omelet, to be honest. And we also said that very honestly in the video. But this one is really, this is a wrap. Yeah?
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Yeah. It's a wrap. Yo, yo, yo. Plus, it's a wrap. Nothing to add to this. This is really like a wrap, as you would see with traditional wraps. Now, here you see that we've been exploring wraps with less calories, and we ended up, for example, we're not sponsored, we ended up with this brand, which is really not bad. It's only 40 calories more than you would with the same amount with lentils. So if you don't want to go through this fuss, you can have these. These are really good. Honestly, these, after all the research that I've done, these wraps are actually, or tortillas are actually as low as you can go calorie wise. So this is really nice. You get a package with 8 in them. Really, really love that.
Are you sponsored?
No, we're not sponsored, I wish. But again, this does contain gluten a little bit, because, yeah, they are using wheat starch, wheat flour, and all that. So, yes, see, wheat gluten and all that. So, if you only care about calories, you're not into this fuss, you can go for these. But if for some reason you have a diet that's even stricter, for example, you cannot have glutens and all that, and some people really tend to get really sick of that. Try this. And I know YouTube tells you, people on YouTube tell you that you can only do this with lentils, but I think, the same process can go for any dry beans. You can even try it with chickpeas, for example. So, now the measurements, because I'm babbling again. The measurements, this is what I had. You're not saying anything. So after you soak your lentils, this is what I did. This is 1/4 cup. So I used 1 cup of this with 1 cup, it's very easy, with 1 cup of coconut milk. Yeah, the unsweetened kind. No sugars added and all that. So it's really easy. 1 for 1. 1 cup of soaked lentils. Let me see how much is that in grams. I don't want to disappoint my European peeps. So that is, just to give you an idea. It's really raw as I'm going. So that is 40, 80, 160. So that's 160 grams of this. 160 grams of this. Yes, and how much fluid is that? Let me see. Come on, man. And 40, 48. Yeah, so 160 grams of this and 160 milliliter of coconut. Really easy. It can't get any easier than that. But to give it flavor, you can use all kind of stuff, all kind of spices that you like. So what I used is a little bit of salt, a little bit of cumin, a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of garlic powder, and then a little bit of smoked paprika powder. But you can use anything you like. Yeah, and you can also grind in there fresh garlic or fresh chili peppers or anything that you like. You can just grind it in there to enhance the flavor with like fresh herbs or some vegetables. Just don't add too much. Yeah. So yeah, there it is. See? Okay. See how beautiful that is? I'm almost done. What is it? Oh yeah, I spilled a little bit of coconut milk. See guys? It's a wrap. I'm telling you, it's a wrap. If you have induction, just leave it on 4 and then for a couple of minutes, like 5 minutes or something, until don't hasten it, don't push it, don't do anything. Just wait for it until you can do this, until you can flip it all by itself.
Can I bother you for a moment?
Just 2 seconds. I'm almost done. So there you have it, guys. There you have it. Go and make your own lentil wraps, or you can even use this as bread, as substitute for bread. Look, I mean, see? Me and Mike just had some. I had to do this first. I had to experiment. I had to make them. I had to taste them so that I can say with a good heart, I can tell you guys that yes, this is worth the trouble. Trust me. All right, I need to help Mike, but this is it.
You need to shut the recording down.
I need to shut the recording down. Yeah?
You need to vacuum.
Oh, he needs to vacuum. Okay, so we're done here, guys. I'll put the steps that I followed here, my experiment, I'll put it in the description box below. All right? But it's really worth your effort. There you go. We need to continue here. Love you guys. Peace. It's a wrap. Guys, one last thing, because we're here in a little bit of a hurry, but I forgot. So I'm still continuing to bake off what I did here. One thing, don't let your mixture be too thick. Really, it needs to be a little bit like this. Not too running, but God, I don't know how to say, but yeah, it needs to be a little bit running. Not too much, but definitely not thick. Yeah? So, what you can do with your wraps is, again, the same soaked lentils. Now, for the stuffing, we want to make falafel balls, but instead of chickpeas, we're going to use lentils. Those lentils that you have, that you're left over with, boil them until they're soft, then drain them like really good, and then mix some spices in there. You can use the same spices as you did for your wraps, and then beat them around in a skillet a little bit, let it cool off, then turn them into little patties, little burgers, yeah? And then bake them. Well, not really bake them, because if you boil them, they're actually ready to eat, but we want them to have a nice crust on the outside. So again, just wipe a little bit of butter, preferably butter with not too much fat, in one of your best skillet, non-sticking skillet, and then bake them off. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. I don't have the English word for that, but they're basically done, but you just want to give them a little crust on the outside. So do that and use that. So you'll have, Mike was just making fun of me, you'll have lentil falafel in a lentil wrap, all natural. It just feels so good. Just feels so good to know that you're eating something that's all natural. Personally, I love that. And then you can use some lettuce, some tomato. You can even use your own dressing that you can come up with, a little bit of honey, a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of yogurt, or whatever. Look it up online, guys. You and your own creativity. But yeah, you can do that. And then you'll have a lentil wrap with lentil falafels in it, with a little bit of vegetables. So fresh, so healthy, and so good. Last but not least, the smell, you guys. The smell that's coming off these wraps is so good. If for whatever reason you end up with mixture that's too thick, just help it a little bit and just spread it all over the bottom of your skillet. Again, use your non-stick skillet. Is that how you call it? Yeah, there you have it. This one is a little bit too thick, so I could have added a little bit more coconut milk. That weight. They really do have a weight. So now that they're cooled off, they're even stronger. They now really feel more like a wrap. Even more so.